start by standing up and singing our opening song together, All Is Well.
Nope. My soul is welcome here. We're going to do something
Good
different.
morning, Genesis. So happy that you are here. Let's all stand up and sing our opening song, My Soul is Welcome Here.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Good job, Genesis family. Well done. My name is Karen Williams, and I'm a spiritual practitioner here at Genesis, and I will be your host today. I'm really happy that you're here because you might have chosen to be somewhere else, namely at Lumen Field, getting ready for today's game. But I think that you all are Sunday's finest. So we are here together. Yes. You can watch that game at home. Yeah, season opener. Our online host today is Gideon. Yes. So, as that, Gideon will be monitoring the Facebook space. So, if you are joining us today via Facebook, please make yourself known in the comments and kind of create your own little online community there. We start every Sunday by reading our mission and vision statements. So if you would take a stand for our mission and vision by standing up today while we read these together. Our mission. We are building a vibrant community, cultivating a garden of spiritual growth, honoring vulnerability, creating a safe place of comfort and peace where all are welcome and accepted. Our vision. Genesis is a bright beacon with an unshakable heart of love, accepting all. A home for the soul where we each creatively express our spiritual brilliance. Yeah, and I hope you get to see and experience that brilliance today and every day. Let me get right to our announcements. And there are a few of them. We do have name tags. If anybody's unfamiliar, that's kind of helpful for us. We're still looking for greeters at the door. Please see Cynthia if you are interested. I want to just make a note that we're at Genesis are super grateful to have received a stock donation. If you feel inspired to contribute to us, you can visit, if you're going to contribute to the stock donation and to Genesis, visit genesiscsl.org/donate-here to support our continued growth. We're looking for community members who can give rides to our friends on Sundays. Right now, we know of 3 people who are looking for rides, and so if you're open to helping, or if you need a ride yourself, please sign up at the welcome table. We have 2 new classes this fall. I got props. I'm facilitating a class called Journey of the Soul, and it's based on this book called The Magic of the Soul. And I just want to tell you briefly that I chose to facilitate this class because I heard Patrick Harbula, who is the author of this text, when he spoke in Temecula one year, and he made such an impression on me, and actually my life changed as a direct result of that one conversation, that one talk that he had. And I know that there's something in here that's going to be transformative for anybody who takes the class. So I encourage that. That's taking place on Tuesday evenings, beginning on September 30th through November 4th. So that's 6 classes. And that's going to be via Zoom, 6:30 to 9 p.m. Our second class, Changing Props, is our class, Spiritual Principles and Practices, and this is being offered by our practitioner, Cynthia Zink and Reverend Rose. Cynthia's offering, I think, classes at 2 times, and it's based on this book. And if you know anything, this book is fantastic. And so anything that's based on this book is going to be great and juicy, and I will tell you that I signed up for it because it's spiritual practices and I need help. Spiritual Principles and Practices. The name of the book? Oh, I'm sorry. This thing called You. Can you not recognize? No, because the other books look different. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of a bluish now. Thank you. So this class is being offered, it's 5 weeks, and it's online. It's via Zoom, which is what we're doing now. It begins on Wednesday, October 1st. Let me see. 2 class times are available. You can see those here. Please see our welcome table to register. We have flyers there, or you can register for either of those 2 classes at genesiscsl.org/education. Excellent. Come build tiny homes with Sound Foundation, Sunday, September 21st. Ooh, let's welcome in fall by building homes for people who need them. I think that's a fantastic idea. That's from 2 to 6 p.m., so sign up at the welcome table. I will be there again, because I love doing that. Our Genesis Visioning sessions will continue every first Thursday. We just had one last week. Look for the Zoom address in your emails if you want to take part in a visioning for Genesis growth and abundance. Our book study will be meeting today after service, and we continue to read the 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwin Gaines. No book, no problem, we share. I have a couple extras even. We also have Brown Bear car wash tickets available for $12 still. That's kind of an ongoing fundraiser. So that is all of our announcements. We did it, yay! If you have any questions about anything, you can see anybody at the welcome table, or you can see me. Sure. Now is our opportunity to stand up. I feel like we're doing a lot of standing up and sitting down, standing up and sitting down. Please stand up, and please stand up, please stand up, and let's do a meet and greet.
One of them was trying to have her birthday on a different day, so they almost did so. They weren't close to midnight, and after the first one was born, the second one was like, I'm fine, there's plenty of space. doctor who was here like this morning that day.
So, today is the next day.
She actually came from the same day, but if it had been up to her, I think she would have had a different birthday.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I forgot to ask my brother. You know, it makes you think that's how I charge. An hour of the day. 30 minutes of hard that was what we're learning to do.
Oh, that's true. That shows how much astrology, you guys are a good case study in how much astrology does and doesn't control you.
And the other thing is my mother told my brother that he may have a different father.
Oh, interesting. So you're not identical, you're
Fraternal. Very.
Anyway, happy birthday.
How was your trip with your brother?
Oh, we had a very nice day.
Good.
Eating out.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
They rented a place.
Celebrate your heart.
We should tag team.
Not being social. What time?
Hey, Charles.
Okay, I'd like to take a minute to thank everyone who is in service today. Our setup and cleanup crew this morning has been Cal and Anna and Gideon and Jim and Cynthia and Mike. Our morning greeter is Christine. On projector and video is Mike. Our online host is Gideon, and our sound tech is Jim. Doing our offering collection today is Gideon. We have a vigil practitioner, Red Rose, who's holding high watch for us from her home. And we have a very special musician today, our very own Cal Boyle. I also want to make a note that our fellowship, the food that's, for our fellowship time has been provided by one of our care circles, God Inform. We're very grateful for those of you who show up to service on Sundays, and we could not pull all of this together without you. So glad that you're here. We're going to sing our centering song next, and then we're going to do some spiritual practice with the gong. So I'll ring the gong 3 times, and with each gong, we will breathe together. And then I have a reading from the text that I'll be using for my class. And then we'll go into prayer, and then that will lead right into our guest musician, Cal. So let's get centered in song.
This is a song that most people are familiar with. It's written by Eric, and we're going to do it together on the
Yes.
So if you don't know it, you can listen along. You come in on the second verse, which is exactly the same as the first verse. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. A field of love, a field of forgiveness, a peace that passes understanding. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. A field of love, a field of forgiveness, a peace that passes understanding. Out beyond ideas of right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. There's a field. I'll meet you there.
Patrick Harbula on the magic of the soul. By seeing our experiences as magical or sacred, we release our tension around them. Most of our tension and stress is a result of our resistance to pain or discomfort. By finding the magic in every moment, we can have a greater appreciation for that which is enriching, as well as a far greater potential for growth from that which is challenging. It must be emphasized that the goal is not to escape the pain or any emotion, even though our experience of pain may be diminished significantly. In fact, we can go into the pain and experience the sacredness that is there. In doing so, we give up our resistance, look for the growth, and appreciate the wonder in every experience of life. We can feel our pain and other emotions at even deeper levels, freeing the energy in the emotion more fully and learning more from the experience. Try this exercise. Every time you feel any kind of discomfort in the next week, whether it's the result of a conflict with someone, physical or emotional pain or loss, Use the discomfort as a cue. Let it be a reminder to you to look for the magic, sacredness, or opportunity for growth. See if the situation changes when you look at it from a deeper, more present perspective. If no deep awareness comes to you, you can still use it as a reminder to be present to your soul energy, to be the best you can be in that moment. In this way, every experience becomes an opportunity to go deeper into the true self. Leading a magical life does not mean we will no longer have challenges, but through this practice, we can respond to challenge in a more powerful way and come to resolution much sooner and with healthier and more fulfilling results. At times, we may fail in our intention to practice this, as challenges may appear too overwhelming. But the more we recognize and experience the magic in every moment, even in retrospect, the more we reinforce an increasingly powerful and fulfilling existence. The longer we practice, the more ingrained and automatic the process becomes as we increasingly accept the truth of spiritual magic on the subconscious level. When we are in the experience of appreciating the sacredness in life, we open to a world of unlimited possibilities. Because we are alert to the magic, we notice opportunities that we might otherwise miss. Opportunities stand out because we are looking for them and expecting magical experiences to occur. We find ourselves in the right place at the right time. Life becomes filled with a deeper level of peace and meaning as we recognize every experience as something magical and know that each experience leads to us to an ever-increasing expression of our soul energy. So join me in prayer. As I recognize this soul energy as being the one and only energy that is manifest in the universe. It's the all and the everything. It is the seen and the unseen. It is the known and the unknown. It is the ever unfolding of life as each of us, as all of us, as all things happening everywhere. And so knowing that this is true, I breathe life into the magic of my experience. And I continue to look for, with resoluteness, that opportunity to transform something from something that I do not desire into something more desirable. And I do that with my word. I do that with my intention. I do that with prayer, spiritual practice. I celebrate life as the perfect expression of the universe. Everything that's happening everywhere, without exception, is a divine unfolding. And there is order in the universe. There is harmony in the universe. And so that is what I look to when I see disorder, chaos, and disharmony. I know that underneath that magic lives, and I look for that, and I nurture that. I love that. That's what it is. So I give thanks for this day and for this opportunity to be here with my spiritual family, with those who, when I speak my word, are in their seats, are in their place saying yes. Yes to life. Yes to magic. Yes to healing. Yes to wholeness. Yes to goodness. I give thanks for Reverend James as he allows himself to be a conduit for that energy, for that magic, to reveal to us our own worthiness, our own belovedness. I give thanks for all of this, and I know that the continuation of the service is a continuation of this prayer, ever unfolding, and so it is. Please welcome Cal Boyle.
Wow. That's to take a moment. Remember as a child you dreamed of flying to the sky. Now there's nothing stopping you but the doubts inside your mind. You know that you can be whatever you would like to be. Your time has finally come. The world is ready now to see you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Yes, you have the power to make anything so. Only you and God know where you are really meant to go. Rest assured that all your dreams are born to come true. If you just find the strength inside and let it shine on through you. Love for your own beauty and the beauty of the world. Love for your poor man, the rich man, for little boys and girls. Love for the birds singing, the sun bringing the spring. Love for the skies and love the most everything. But do you love yourself as you know you should do? You are a child of God, there's no wall you can't break through. You just got to believe that your great destiny awaits. All your wildest dreams turn into your certain fate. So let your love unfold. Change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world starting with you. Change the world, it will change the world, starting with you, starting with you, starting with you.
Thank you, Kel. It's so wonderful having you here as singer. And what a message. So I want to start off by talking about somebody who really did let his love unfold and changed the world, starting with him. His name was Dr. Walter Plowright, and he won the World Food Prize. He was a World Food Prize laureate. And what he tackled was, he was a technological guy. He built on a new technology. They were just inventing the polio vaccine in the 1950s, and he saw this and he thought, we could use this with animals. He loved animals. He started off working as a veterinarian for the Royal Army in England, and then he moved to Kenya to solve a problem called rinderpest, or cattle plague. And this is a problem that had been reported since the Roman Empire. What would happen when it would get into a herd of cattle, it would kill like 99% of them. And it would spread throughout all the cattle in the kingdom. And so this is one of the things that happened right before the Roman Empire fell, was all the cattle died. And their pigs, and their buffaloes, and their yaks. I don't think they had yaks in the Roman Empire. It kills giraffes too, and kudu, which is why he was in Africa, because they had so many of the creatures that cattle plague killed. And he developed a vaccine for cattle plague, and all you had to do was inject each cattle or pig or giraffe with it one time, and they'd never get cattle plague. They were cured of it. It was very inexpensive, and so I talked about how they had this cattle plague. So this sort of starvation situation in the Roman Empire right before the fall of the Roman Empire. That could help contribute to people not wanting to be community oriented. The fact that they're starving to death. It also happened in France just before the French Revolution. It happened in Europe just before Charlemagne unified Europe. So many of these. The Russian Revolution came on the trail of all their cattle dying, and their pigs, and their yaks. They have yaks. So it turned out that once they had eradicated cattle plague in all the farmed ungulates, that's what all those animals are, it didn't spread in the wild. It was gone in the wild too. It needed the close quarters of farmed animals, farmed herds, in order to spread. So this is somebody. So of course, Dr. Walter won the World Food Prize laureate for eradicating this. They stopped checking herds for it some years ago because they haven't found any. It's been so long since they found any instances of it. They don't even bother checking. It's just gone. If it appears again, then they have the answer close at hand. So Dr. Walter Plowright had a purpose in his life. Not only did he open his heart and have it change the world, but he had a strong purpose. Not all of us have that kind of strong purpose that we can see. And let's say this together. I am worthy and valuable simply because I am. I am worthy and valuable simply because I am. Hafiz is my favorite Persian 14th century poet, and he said, God drew a circle on the map, and that is where you are now. God drew a circle right around where you are now so that you could be there. And so this is really, I think, the way to think about, our purpose in life, our meaning for existence is God always intended for us to be here now. We are in the right place at the right time. And we can see this. There's a problem though. The reason I'm talking about this, the reason this isn't so natural is Professor Thomas Curran writes about this in his book, The Perfection Trap. embracing the power of good enough. He talks about socially prescribed perfectionism. And I think I've talked to you about how people under the age of 30 are much more anxious or feeling much less happy, more discontent than we did when we were their age. And part of this is we live in very unsettling times, and part of it is that the times become more unsettling when through social media or expectations, everybody expects you to be this and be up there and be like this. And you're really sort of over here or maybe back there. And it isn't your nature. And because of the always online 24/7 nature of social media, there's never an opportunity to just sort of relax and get away from it all. You can, so there's always this external pressure on people to be maybe something that they aren't, maybe something they never wanted to be. Emma Curtis Hopkins, I have to read the science fiction story first. So, there's a wonderful book called A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. Has anybody read this? It's delightful if you ever have the chance, but you'll get a little taste of it. Dex, our hero, is somebody who feels lost in life and is looking for a purpose in life and looking for his meaning in life. And what he decides to do is become a monk, a tea cart monk. And he's a little tea cart, and he moves it from town to town and serves people tea, and they give him donations based on, their generosity. And he's living in the world, and he meets a wild-built robot. And the world they live in is one where machines gained intelligence, and machines found that humans and machines found that they didn't get along together. That the humans wanted to use machines in ways that were destructive to the machines and to humans. And so the machines jointly decided to stay away from the humans. And the humans decided, really, we don't do well with machines. We should stay on our own. So that's why it's a science fiction world. And so our hero Dex runs into this robot called Moscap, who is wild built. And so the robots are building themselves in their part of the world. And Moscap says, I don't have a purpose any more than a mouse or a slug or a thorn bush does. Why do you have to have a purpose in order to feel content? Nothing has a purpose. The world simply is. The world simply is. You keep asking why your work is not enough, and I don't know how to answer that, because it is enough to exist in the world and marvel at it. You don't need to justify that or earn it. You're allowed to just live. I have wants and ambitions too, but if I fulfill none of them, that's okay, because I know that no matter what, I'm wonderful. And we can see, in the story, you really get to find out how wonderful Moscap is. Another wonderful person is Emma Curtis Hopkins. And I'm going to talk about her because I'm so fascinated by her, and I keep finding out new things about her. She's born in Killingly, Connecticut, which is about 20 miles away from where I went to college in Connecticut. It's about 20 miles away from Providence, Rhode Island. So those states are so little, everything is 20 miles away from some other place. Really, she could walk to Providence in a day from her house. She was the oldest of 9 children, and born in 1849. So she got married. She had a son when she was 25, and then she got ill, and she was cured by a Christian Science practitioner. And this, because she'd been very ill, she hadn't been expected to recover. She just leapt into this Christian Science. And she moved to Boston and worked directly with Mary Baker Eddy And Mary Baker Eddy recognized her her talent. She was a school teacher before that, and she was college educated in a time when not many people were college educated. She became the first full-time editor of the Christian Science Journal. And she and Mary Baker Eddy did well for a couple of years, but then Vivekananda came to America and started telling people about Hinduism and how it's different than Christianity, about the Atman and looking for enlightenment and, you know, what's the creation and the sustaining of the world. And Mary Baker Eddy was like, no. And I can't decide whether it was just a marketing thing, because everybody in America was Christian, and so by marketing Christian Science to Christians, Mary Baker Eddy became, you know, the biggest, wealthiest religion in the country. She did very, very well, and it's part of it was sticking with Christianity, or it may have been Mary Baker Eddy's pure belief that the Christian religion had been so powerful in her life that she didn't feel there was any need at looking for other religions. But for whatever reason, Mary Baker Eddy and Emma Curtis Hopkins ended up parting ways. Emma Curtis Hopkins moved to Chicago, which was a hotbed of feminism, which is nice. She started a school, the Hopkins College of Christian Science, which, after a lawsuit by Mary Baker Eddy claiming ownership of the name Christian Science, she changed to Hopkins Metaphysical Association, and what they used to call Christian Science, they changed to New Thought. So, thank you, Mary Baker Eddy. I actually like the name New Thought better than Christian Science. Hundreds of people graduated from her school, from her Metaphysical Association, and they would go as missionaries on trains around the country to sort of preach the New Thought way. A bunch of them opened churches, the Fillmores, the Divine Science people, a bunch of others. And so she was the start and the center of a very successful movement. She ended up closing the school in 1894 and moved to New York City, where she taught people one-on-one. And her very last person she taught, in 1924, she taught Ernest Holmes one-on-one for a whole year. She died in 1925, so he was really her last student, and so he got her whole lifetime's worth of knowledge. And what did he do with it? He wrote the book Science of Mind. This was when, during his time hanging out in New York City, when his brother Fenwick was filling up the halls, and he wasn't. He got to learn from Emma Curtis Hopkins. But Emma Curtis Hopkins thought that the meaning of anybody's life, this is very Hindu, is self-realization, is becoming aware of yourself as the divine within, becoming aware of your divine existence and your divine self. And so this is what when she saw anybody, she just saw their divine selves, and she said, your purpose in living, your purpose in life is to live that. So I found this very different than Walter Plowright, who did the vaccine, he was like, I'm going to cure cattle plague and the world will be a better place, and it is. And actually, Plowright killed, his vaccine was worth at least $45 billion for the world economy. They saved 70 million tons of meat, 1 billion tons of milk, millions and millions of cattle saved. So he had that kind of purpose. But how many of us are going to save $45 billion worth of cattle? And is that wrong? I mean, we don't need to. Walter Plowright did it for us. We have our own means. I was very driven like that when I was young. I graduated from college a year early because I didn't want to waste time being educated. I wanted to go out in the world and be an engineer and make the world a better place. And I struggled and pushed, and I was a pretty successful engineer. And then I ran into Course in Miracles. And Course in Miracles says two things that were interesting. One is it divides emotions into love and fear, and says fear is false because fear is time-based, and fear is about the physical, the 3D world. And love is true because love is eternal. It's forever and wherever you are. And also, the Course in Miracles says your purpose in life is to save the world by being that love. And so I like it because it was grandiose. Always, I think I was even more grandiose as a 25-year-old than I am now, if that's possible to believe. But we are saving the world by radiating love, by being love in the world, by moving away from fear. Because we not only do it and set that field up with ourselves and our friends, but we also, we aren't feeding into the fear. We're being an example, and we're showing other people how to do it. So then, and the more people do it, the more people do it. It sort of expands into the world. So, if you're looking for your life purpose, you want to understand that your purpose in life is living. Just by knowing your divine nature, if you let go of any wanting to be something else, let go of the social perfectionism, then you can just be. And that will exemplify, I think you will end up radiating the love and being a positive force in the world. You can decide your purpose. So beyond the purpose, you don't have to pick a purpose of knowing your divine self. It can be any purpose that you love. Rumi, my favorite 15th century Turkish poet, said, let yourself, he grew up in Afghanistan, so he's also an Afghani poet. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. So if you follow your heart, if you look for what you love, and this works, it works for relationships, it works for food, it works for, there are addictive foods, but what you really love.
No.
I know, there's addictive social media, there's all kinds of things that are addictive, and we have to be able to tell the difference between, do we really love it, or is it just, has it just hot-wired our dopamine system to make us think we love it? And we can tell the difference, because we are that kind of people. And like the affirmation says, we are worthy and valuable simply because we exist. Hafiz said, God made a circle in the world, and we are in it right now. We're each part of the tapestry of life. Whenever we make mistakes, every mistake is us learning how to do something better. So sometimes you can't learn completely through positive feedback. You have to learn, I don't like that. I thought I'd like that, but I don't like that, and I don't like that, but I do like this. When I started moving into Course in Miracles and became less focused on engineering the world as a better place, I actually did a better job as engineering the world as a better place. Because I was easier to work with, so I expanded my influence, my reach beyond myself to hundreds of thousands of people who would read my articles and hear my talks, and find out about what the engineering methods were. It's easier to work with somebody who cares about the other people in their team, maybe isn't so entirely focused on the result. And so acting from love also lets you be more powerful in whatever you choose as your purpose. So Ernest Holmes of course, learned from Emma Curtis Hopkins. When he's asked about what he thinks about the meaning of life, he starts off with Emma Curtis, that he wants us to manifest the divine within, to know ourselves as divine. But he goes beyond that. He says he wants us to align with the divine so that we can manifest a life of contribution and joy. Align with our divine so that we can manifest a life of contribution and joy. And I think this is what we find, is that our purpose in life, what we love, ends up being something, it doesn't have to be, but it usually will end up being something that contributes to the world, if it's something you truly love, and it will bring you joy. Once again, it doesn't have to, but I think I would pick a purpose that brought me joy. I think if I found my purpose wasn't bringing me joy, I would say, let's try a different one. So, with our purpose, the whole month of September is going to be about our purpose. So this is just a stake in the ground, and the stake in the ground says, I am worthy and valuable simply because I am. We know to watch out for social perfectionism. We know that, Hafiz told about how God did a circle right here. We know, Course in Miracles and recognizing the love that we are is very powerful and will increase our influence in the world. We know Emma Curtis Hopkins was a single person who made a huge difference. Really, if anybody was the mother of the New Thought movement, it was Emma Curtis Hopkins. And it made a huge difference in the world. Well, really, Mary Baker Eddy and Emma Curtis Hopkins, I'd give it to them both. They couldn't work together for very long, but together, Mary Baker Eddy had a very powerful message, and Emma Curtis Hopkins had a more long-lasting message that still is influencing the world now, and I think for a long time into the future. Ernest Holmes makes it sort of practical, helpful, and cheerful when he says, realize the divine within and use it to manifest a joyful, contributing life. And you get that that's a natural result of aligning with your divine self. And I think, as Karen said, the world may look topsy-turvy, but underneath there is an order and harmony to it. And the way you find the magic of the world is by looking for the order and harmony underneath the topsy-turvy. The topsy-turvy may be a good change, it may be a mistake, and we're going to learn not to do that. The way we find out is by recognizing our divinity and the divinity of all the other people participating in that, so that we can realize the magic of our experience. So let's say this a couple of times together again. I am worthy and valuable simply because I am. I am worthy and valuable simply because I am. And you are, and we all are, and it's really easy to see it. So know if you ever feel like you aren't, you have a bunch of people in this room who see you and know that you are all magical. So it's time for prayers now. Everybody has a yellow card on their chair, or at home, you can go to the genesis.org website and there's an opportunity to give prayers there. I always encourage you to start the prayer with a demonstration, any instance that you've ever had a prayer being answered, because that makes it more solid, more concrete, and gives you the faith to power your prayers. And then on the other side, whatever prayer you issue, positive prayer, prayer of need, prayer for somebody else, prayer for yourself, we'll go to our practitioner corps, who will take that prayer and powerfully align it with divine mind and send it off into the universe to manifest.
for your next encrypted clue. Or you can stand idly by, waiting for someone to tell you what to do. But you will wait, and you'll hear nothing, and you'll be mystified as to what went wrong. But as you wait, I know that something will make you realize before too long. It is beautiful if you make it so. God is with you all the time. It is wonderful if you let it flow. You'll know joyfulness in time. You are searching for your destiny. You are looking to be free. It will happen once you finally know that you and God alone will make it so. Sometimes it's hard to look inside and figure out what's been going on. It can be hard to decide what is right for you and what is wrong. But after all, God created you and knows what you dream of getting out of life. And after all, it's not just a lucky few who will manage to see God's light. For it is beautiful if you make it so. God is with you all the time. It is wonderful if you let it flow. You'll still know joyfulness in time. You're searching for your destiny. You are looking to be free. It will happen once you finally know that you and God alone will make it so. Cause you've got the gift of life, and it's better to decide to make the most of every day. Just think, yours is the gift of life. It's in your arms to make it right. All the while God knows the perfect way. It is beautiful if you make it so. God is with you all the time. It is wonderful if you let it flow. You'll know joyfulness in time. You are searching for your destiny. You are looking to be free. It will happen once you finally know that you and God alone will make it so. Just you and
we filled out the little yellow card. Now we're going to turn that over and pull off our collection envelope, recognizing that Genesis is a community dedicated to love, inspiring harmony, and creating connections to empower spiritual growth. We love that you are here to share in that with us. This is an invitation to participate in circulation, to connect with abundance and generosity. Your participation makes all this possible, and we truly appreciate your support. So let's take a moment to make a financial gift. If you are on Facebook, please visit our website at genesiscsl.org, or you can text your tithe to 206-800-7595. Gideon's going to come around and pick up our offering and our prayer. And while he does that, we're going to sing a new song, I'm Thankful, So Grateful, led by Cal. Oh my gosh, okay. So first we're going to bless it. Why? Honestly, I don't know why I just skipped right over that. It's clearly right here in the instructions. I'm supposed to read this. Thank you. We're going to hold our prayer request and our offering close to our heart if you feel called to, and we're going to say our offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am thankful. There's that I'm thankful and so grateful song that Cal's going to lead us in now.
If you don't know it, I'm sure you will in a second. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender. I surrender. I am one in the spirit all around me. I surrender. I surrender. I trust in God. I'm joyful, so joyful. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I'm joyful, so joyful. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I trust in God. I trust in God.
We got that. So I just want to acknowledge that we have initiated that great law of circulation, that as we give, so shall we receive, pressed down, multiplied, overflowing, through Genesis, through our lives, and through the lives of all beings everywhere. And so it is. Thank you for joining us today. Please stay after service for food and fellowship, and then maybe the book reading. I will be in the alcove for a while for those who would like to pray with a spiritual practitioner. I'm wishing everyone a week filled with joy, with love, and true connection. So please stand and let's sing together our closing song, I Release.